We're excited to see you here. Hi. Hey, y'all.
Welcome.
Yes, welcome to, can I say the shit show? Is that a thing? I can.
It's not a shit show. Not
No,
yet, anyway.
Rockstar Region 4. We decided we're not going to be a shit show.
I mean, we will be, but we'll just blame it on me.
We all sell sex toys. What do you think it is?
That's right. That's right. All right, girl.
All right. If you could mute yourself, or I think we might mute you, and hopefully we don't mute me too at the same
It will.
time.
You ready?
Yep, we're ready.
Okay. And
Hey, I'm still here. Hi, I am Nikki Mars, and that is Lucy Heinen. And we also have a couple other people to introduce before we introduce ourselves. So everybody, please put your hands together for Gina. She is one of our consultant relations people, and she is dedicated to our region. She is a freaking rock star. She is making things happen. She made the text messages go out that you guys got today because we didn't do that. She also made the emails go out. So hopefully you guys got the email. And so everyone give her a hand because she is awesome. And Kim, I don't see Kim in here, but Kim is our dedicated. So when you call in to customer service, you are going to get Kim. You're going to be talking with her. So she is going to work on all of our customer service issues. So let's give these ladies a hand because we know customer service is freaking a hard job and they're amazing.
yeah, it is.
Yep. All right. So welcome to Region 4. I'm Nikki Mars.
And I'm Lucy Heinen.
That's Lucy Heinen. Yes. And we're excited to chat with you about the region tonight. But first, we're going to start just by introducing ourselves and telling you a little bit about our stories of being consultants and then the reason why we chose to do this. Lucy, you want to kick it off?
Oh, sure. Yeah, I can go first. Hey, y'all. So my name is Lucy Heinen. I've been in business over 15 years. Been on senior board, President's Club board, all the things. I feel like we didn't really talk about this last night. So I'll tell you guys a little bit about me and the business and then kind of how I got into it. I global record breaker for sales. Like, I'm trying to think of what else. I think those are the big ones. But I got into this business when I was 19 and I was a super slow starter. I just kind of did my thing. But I got started in this business because I went to a party and somebody asked me, right? Like it was that simple. My hand went up in the air. She was like, who thinks they would be good at this? And I was like, me. And then afterwards I was like, now she's going to try to like meet with me and get me like sucked into this like MLM-y like thing. And I don't know how I feel about this. And so I tried to sneak out of the party and she caught me like at the door. I was trying to leave. And she was like, Lucy, where are you going? I was like, my planner is in the car. So I'm going to go to the car. So I snuck out and I came back in and I felt bad. And she's like, let me take you to lunch. Right. And I was a broke 19-year-old girl. And then she showed me a comp plan. And I remember thinking, wow, like that girl spent $100 and then that girl spent $100. Like, this is crazy. This lady just made like $200. And for me at the time, right, that was a lot of money. So I decided to give it a go, partially because one of the reasons that I'm still in this business, and I didn't realize it then, but I recognize it now, is for me, this business is all about independence. It is all about being self-reliant. And like my mom was always an entrepreneur, which was amazing. She was such this like free spirit. She's so cool. And I remember thinking that she could only be a free spirit because my dad worked a 9-to-5, right? And I loved that. But then when my parents got divorced and we moved down to the United States, I'm Canadian. I was born in England, fun fact. And then I was raised in Canada, and she couldn't get a work visa and I couldn't get a work visa. And I just felt so dependent on other people. So it's always been really important to me to maintain kind of my own independence. And so one of the reasons why I want to help the region is because I have a really deep passion for helping other women be financially independent and run businesses and make money and be unapologetic about taking care of yourself in whatever way that may look for you. So I am in love with the products. I am in love. I mean, let's face it, y'all. It takes a special kind of somebody, right, to do what we do. The women in this business are awesome. And so I'm so grateful to get to be a part of growth of something that I love and just to help foster other women in their businesses and help them be independent too, because independence could be $100 a month. It could be $10,000 a month, right? It doesn't have to necessarily be a lot. And when I signed up, I lived in a garden shed. So my desire to be independent was so great that I moved out of my house when I was 17 to live with my boyfriend, who's now my husband. So it was a good choice. But we lived in a garden shed because I didn't want to live in the main house that had 6 boys in it, right? 20-year-old men. Nope. So we lived in a garden shed, no floor in the shed, right? So like the bed was on cinder blocks, and when it would rain, water would literally run through the bottom of the shed. We used to call it waterfront, right? Like we were fancy. But that's how deep kind of my need for independence is and how hard I'm going to work to help other people achieve it. So Nikki, I'm going to pass it on to you, Boo, so you can introduce yourself and talk about your passion for the region.
Yeah. So I went to my very first party when I was 22 and I had my arms crossed. If you've ever seen me in mixed company, I probably look like this because that's just my face. That's just how my face looks. I just look like a bitch. That's just it's not me. I'm very nice in person, but typically I just am analyzing everything that's going on around me, and that's what I was doing at that party. Um, I did not buy anything. I was not going to buy anything because I'm very strict about my budget financially. I always have been. And I walked in knowing that I wasn't going to spend anything, and my friends all chipped in and bought me some stuff because clearly I needed it. And and me and my partner at the time, we didn't leave our room for 3 days after the party. So I had never experienced any type of, sexual enhancement products in my life. And we called in sick to work. That's a true story. Like I was 22, like we were so responsible. Just, living the dream, right? And 6 years later, like nobody asked me that night or even around then if I wanted to do it. I had probably 10 to 12 parties between 22 and 28, and nobody asked me if I wanted to do this. I had no clue that I could. I thought that these were like college educated people out here doing this because I really had no idea what this business was about. And someone came and they did my party and they just mentioned, like, if you want to do this, you can do this too. And I chased her down. I asked her every freaking question in the book, and I was all in from day one because I am a survivor of domestic violence. That partner that I talked about, while we had lots of fun, he was not good for me. He was not good for my children. I did have to run from that relationship, and me and my girls lived in a women's shelter for 2 years. And we made it out. We lived in probably the crappiest of all places. We lived in a trailer with holes in the floor, and way back in the woods, we were hiding from him. And I lived that life, And so becoming a consultant was fun. It was something fun that I could do as a single parent and not feel guilty about having fun, right? Because I was so riddled with guilt anytime I would do something for myself. And so this was something that I could bring in income and also have fun and not feel guilty about it. So I decided to jump in. with 2 feet first, and I did one party a month, which is jumping in, right? Like
Yeah.
I did one party a month for 4 years. I'm not even joking.
Wow.
Like that is it. That is all. Because I had a full-time job and I thought I have to be financially stable as a single parent. So I kept that job until one day, um, my boss hit on me and I was like, two fingers up, and that was it. It was over. I was out and I never looked back. So the reason why I am incredibly passionate about what we do are, number one, there is a woman out there who is in a domestic violence situation. And if I can help her in any way, shape, or form, I'm gonna find her and I'm gonna lift her out somehow. Okay. Number two, women need the message that we have about sexual health. That was not shared with me, and that set me up for a lifetime of abuse until I probably hit my 30s. Okay. So 30 years of probably sexual abuse, I would say, not even knowing that that's what it was. Okay. So women need the message that we have. All right. My heart is in this business because of the women that I get to meet and the women that I get to help. The reason why I decided to do what we're doing here with the region is because I have been a top seller or top consultant in the company. I'm on the board of directors. I have been for 4 or 5 years now. I can't even remember how long it's been. President's Club member, all the things. But I didn't feel seen. I felt very ignored. I felt like my my work wasn't noticed, like I didn't really matter, any recognition that I did receive wasn't really celebrated in the way that I felt like it should be more than just reading my name off, which I don't know if that's right or wrong, but I know that I want women to feel seen,
Yeah.
the women in the middle, the women who aren't selling $2.5 million a year, or $500,000 a year, or aren't, killing it out there on TikTok, the women who are working, putting the grind in every single day, remaining consistent and showing up. Hey, it's you, Terry.
Yep.
Exactly.
It's
Exactly.
it's all of us at
Yeah.
every stage. It's all of us.
Yeah. And so, that is why I want to do this, because I truly love this company. I love what we stand for. I love the message. I love the fact that women can become financially independent, like Lucy said. Like, I cannot imagine the woman that I was at 22 handing my paycheck over to my ex-husband and being like, tell me how much I can spend, because no, like
Yep.
I'm going to spend what I want because it's my damn money,
Yep. Buy those eyelashes, girlfriend.
Yeah, we were just talking about that before you guys got on. I love my lashes and you'll pry them from my cold dead hands. So, but yeah, so that is why I chose to do what I do. Now, I'm going to tell you why Lucy is going to be fantastic for this region. Okay. We've been working together, I think it's about a month. And we knew each other before. We had, interactions. We've sat down, we've had dinner, we've joked back and forth, we've shared recruits, we've done all the things, but we had never really worked together. And some of her, I mean, she has these incredible strengths that are going to help build the foundation and infrastructure for this region. She is incredible with numbers. She can look at a spreadsheet and know exactly what is going on with a consultant. It's like magic. I don't even know. Like, I swear she just has like magic stored in her hair. And it just, so she can just look and she knows exactly what is going on, not to mention the fact that she has these brilliant, fantastic ideas. She's tenacious and she wants everything to be right. Okay. She's a little bit of an obnoxious perfectionist. So
Yeah, 1,000%.
which is a good
Accurate.
thing because I'm very type B in general, and not so much with Lucy. She's type A. So it was a really good balance to me as a person.
Yeah. And I'm so excited, you guys, to get to work with Nikki, because I feel like our brains work in really, we end up at the same conclusion, but we kind of get there in different styles, but we really line up in a way that I think is going to be incredibly beneficial to this region, because I feel like her desire to make sure that people are seen, cared for, taken care of, my desire to make sure that they have what they need in order to do well, like, and my own need to make sure that people feel recognized and are validated is going to be a really beautiful thing. And what I like about Nikki, especially, and where I think her strengths really shine, she is consistent, y'all. Like, I am not that. All right. Like, her numbers, her business, she is steady Eddie. She keeps going and growing no matter what, but she is not this sporadic, like up, down, up, down, up, down, right? Like, I might be President's Club, senior board, back down to President's Club, don't hit one, board of directors, whoops, that just happened. Like, I'm not sure. And Nikki is steady Eddie, but in the best way. And I think she's such a great example of balance, but of also being a total boss without this like crazy madness. She is also calm and patient. She is incredibly kind. And so I think that the ability to be present for people without pandering to people, I think is a really beautiful quality. She can listen, she will hear you. She's not going to put up with bullshit, right? But she's going to be kind and she's going to be patient as she goes. And I think her calmness is going to be a really nice mix with my like, let's go. Like, I think it's beautiful. We are a match made in heaven, friends, in heaven. So.
Yep, absolutely. We're going to run at Lucy's speed, but then I'm going to be like, hey, let's slow down. Let's pay attention to what's going on, or, you know, so it's a good mix, I think.
Yeah.
Absolutely good mix. So we are here tonight to talk to you about what this regional thing even means.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
Some of you, might be newer in the business, and some of you might have been here for a while, and you might be like, what is this regional change? What are these people even for? Okay.
So why are they here?
Why are they here? How can they help me? What does this even matter to my daily life? And so we're here
we're basically here, you guys, to oversee this area. All right. But we're here to do it from a consultant's perspective. We are not actually corporate employees. So I know that's something that was really important for Nikki to make sure that was kind of out there. We are contracted by Pure Romance as independent consultants. So we are still consultants. First and foremost, we are vaults. We are here for you guys. So I think a lot of the times, you are corporate representing the consultant. We are the consultant bringing it to corporate. And I feel like that's really important for you guys to know and to understand. It also means we understand the struggles. We're in the field. We are right there with you doing all of the things, right? And then we're adding this piece to it. So for us, as a region, we just want to make sure that we are helping with a lot of the systems, and we're going to get into specifics on kind of what those are, but it's essentially to help you guys sell some shit, book some parties, get on social media if that's what you want to, recruit some women, and grow your businesses. So it's essentially whatever we can do to help you guys grow. And I do just want to show you guys our region really quick. Just in case y'all haven't seen it, we're the green.
Yeah.
So we are half the country. These were split up by consultant count. Okay, so everyone is kind of equal in terms of people. So the amount of potential in this region, you guys, gives me a lady boner. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. Like,
incredible talent in this region. And we know that all of you ladies are here to improve the region even more, right?
Yeah.
Like, the best thing about what we are doing is that we get to build this region, we get to build the model of what it looks like to be in a non-MLM company together. And we want to put the focus on the consultant, on you, and what it is that you need, how we can serve you as a regional sales manager, what we can do to help you improve your business, right? So if you're wondering what we're for, someone asked in the chat, they said,
Yeah.
is this in place of leadership? And let's get real, this is to fix what was wrong with the company before.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
because there was a gap in
Yeah.
leadership, and we are here to ensure that essentially consultants don't get left behind.
yeah. And here's the thing. Some of you guys had epic leaders, right? Absolutely epic leaders. Some of you have never talked to your upline ever, right? So I don't necessarily want to say that we're filling the gap in leadership, because I do think that we will continue to have leaders in this business, women that are doing really well, women that want to share, women that are really still helping their teams, women that are, still down to run meetings. Like, we are not going to be running this region alone. We are very much going to be leaning on the rock stars within our rock star region to help us to grow, because no consultants left behind. That's the thing. We're a giant table. And Nikki and I would very much be amiss to not recognize and utilize the talent that is in this area for those that want to help and be present. And there are a lot of them. So I think that that's really cool. At the end of the day, you guys, whether this is by region, whether it's by company, that's another thing I'm going to jump in with Nikki, if that's cool. Is that, you guys, I know that you might be in North Dakota and there might be an event in whatever region is next to you that's closer, right? Or your sponsor, whom you absolutely adore, right? And you might only be 3 days in the business and you're in a different region as your sponsor. That is okay, you guys, right? Like, we are still one company. It is not ever going to be like, you're from region 4, you can't attend in region 1, right? Like, it's not about that. It really is just about, at a certain point, they couldn't have 2 people take care of the whole country. And as regional managers, we are coming together for a lot of things too. So we're all going to work out. We're all going to work together. We are all going to make sure that the health of our company stays first and foremost, because, you guys, we have amazing products. We have an epic sales force. We do have incredible leaders. And like Nikki mentioned, and I'm going to have her expand on that a little bit, Chris knew that there was a disconnect, right?
Yeah, he did. When we were going through everything, I saw a different Chris than I am used to. I saw this inspiring, motivational, incredible man show emotion. He's the son of a consultant, and some of us have great relationships with our parents and some of us don't. But something that I can really connect with is his mother's vision and wanting to live up to her vision. So Patty's vision is that every single woman is able to own a business of her own and to put income in her pocket. And he was grieving this decision because he wanted to continue keeping his mother's vision alive. And I take care of my dad, all day. My dad had a stroke almost 2 years ago, and, he can't talk. He's paralyzed. And still, after all of these years, all the decisions that I make, all the kindness that I am, the person that I am, is to live up to what my dad would be proud of. And so seeing Chris go through that and think, man, I really need to keep this business alive that my mom created in her basement when she was paying for him to go to college, right? I've never seen anyone, I've never seen him like that before.
Yeah.
And so I just wanted to share that with you guys, because I think it's important to remember that Chris is the son of a consultant, and the vision for us all to own a business, that's pretty incredible. you know, that they're making decisions to make sure that we can still own a business, own and operate a business.
So as we move forward, you guys, I know that one of the things that you guys have probably seen, probably been hearing, I'm not going to bring it up again. So I wanted to bring it up once. And I appreciate it if you guys kind of, if you hear somebody asking about it, I wanted to fill, you guys in so you could share it. There's been a couple gals that have been a little fixated on like, oh my God, we're omni-channel, or we're not MLM, or we're this, or we're that. And I'm going to encourage you guys to stop worrying about the labels, right? Legally, we shifted away from an MLM to what is called an omni-channel sales force. It doesn't make any difference in terms of our ability to go out there and sell products, right? Like it doesn't matter. That part did not change at all. We go out, we sell products, we actually make more money on that now by a little bit, which is awesome. That free product bonus is insane. And we can still help all the people. And that is what most of us were here for anyway. We signed up to help other women in whatever capacity it might be. We wanted to be present for other women, and we wanted to share and talk about sexual health. And that is what we are still here for, right? So this idea of we are omni-channel, you guys, it's just the legalese. Chris had to blast it, right? Because he needed it out there so that like Cosmopolitan knew, like, I don't know if you guys know this, but like, as an example, Cosmopolitan magazine would not feature any pure romance products unless we paid for ad space because we were an MLM. So they, you know how like they come out with like their top 10 sex toys? Do you guys know they wanted to put us on that list? Like they wanted Main Attraction on that list, but they would not do it because we were MLM. So when Chris is putting out there, we're omni-channel, it's not for our customers. Our customers don't care. It was sort of for that like upper level like corporate stuff that as consultants, we kind of forget about. So I want you guys to ignore it. I want you to not worry about it, right? Like it's just a legalese term. We're going out there, we're selling the products, we're doing things the exact same way as we've always been doing them, right? So we are a sales force. And so he made the decision that he had to make so that we could move forward as a company and grow.
Absolutely. And not only that, like, here's the thing. If there is a company that is losing money and in 12 months, we could not have a business at all, that company has to do one of two things. One, it has to file bankruptcy and close, or two, it has to restructure.
Yep.
Those are the options, and so we're restructuring. That's what we're doing. But the great thing about us restructuring in the way that they chose to is that Chris has handed us this autonomy and this control over what to do for consultants, because they didn't know what to do. They didn't know how to restructure, and they knew that they needed consultants to be building for consultants. And so that's what we are here to do. We are here to build this model, this new model of business for you and by you.
Yeah.
Because your voice is going to be incredibly important in how we build this region.
Absolutely. So one of the things, you guys, is that we approached, I'm going to say leaders, okay? Because I feel like that's one of our high flyers, top performers, however you guys want to, classify it. We reached out to all of them first because we know that they have such a good handle on what's going on in their areas, what's going on locally, what's going on with their teams. And so we spoke with them, and then obviously we're talking to you guys. And one of the things that we've heard is that everyone is really excited to connect. Everyone is really excited to collaborate. And we are not alone, you guys. One of the things that we heard a lot, especially from this region, is that people feel alone.
Yeah.
Because geographically we're so far apart. So I'm from this region. I'm in Oregon. I'm like, I get it, you guys. Like if If there's a training, must travel. If I wanted to see my sponsor was in California, right? And California is like the freaking size of region 1, right? Like I'm just saying, but the Pacific Northwest is geographically the size. But here's what's so interesting about finding out that everyone in this side of the country felt alone is it means that none of us were alone, right? Because we were all feeling the same way. So the way that we connect might look a little bit different, but all of us want to collaborate. All of us want to get together. And so for us, it's going to be about creating that space. So I'm going to let Nikki take it away with what you guys can kind of expect from us moving forward. And then we're going to go into the nitty gritty about what some of our thoughts are to actually go into implementing. Cool?
Yeah.
Cool.
So, first we went to some of the leaders in the region to see what they thought. And now we are coming to you. So at the end of this, we are going to be asking you to fill out a survey, which is going to give us information about what you need help with. Okay. So just be sure to expect that from us. Number one, we are going to be doing a survey and getting your thoughts and what you need. Okay. And if you're brand new, we want to make sure that we're here to create overall support systems. Okay. So if you're a year or less, we're here to create support systems. But ultimately, your first stop is going to be the consultant success team with Stacy, and I know Gina was working the consultant success team. And then your second line of defense is going to be, your upline, and then
Your
us.
sponsor.
So
Your
no,
sponsor.
that's okay. What'd you say?
Your sponsor.
Oh, your sponsor. Sorry.
That's
Yeah,
okay.
we don't have uplines anymore. We don't have uplines anymore. So I did see someone in the chat say, I have never really had a relationship with my sponsor. I want you to know that first is consultant success, and then it will go to us if you're not having a relationship with your sponsor. So that's kind of the way we're going to structure it. However, okay, there are some questions that still belong with corporate. Okay, we cannot help fix your emails. We cannot help, like, we can't.
I
If
can't
you
even
can't get
open my
into a
own fucking
training,
emails.
yeah, if you can't get into a training, like, we can't help you. If you have a question about the consultant handbook, we can't help you with that, right? I mean, we can help you with that, but ultimately those questions need to go to Pure Romance.
Well,
So anything that is,
I'm sorry, can I dive in on this really quick?
yeah, go.
Like, would you guys rather ask someone at Nikki and I's level how you log into the online office, or would you rather at one point have enough time to have a 30-minute coaching call? Right? Like, we only have so much time and we want to put it into building shit, not answering questions that the consultant success team is ready and willing and trained to answer for y'all.
Absolutely. So you just need to know that anything that is like corporate is corporate. Any kind of, if your sale gets stuck in the back office, like 1-866 romance, right? Or please put in a ticket through the Zendesk, right?
Yeah.
So through the support portal. Another thing is that we, and over here I see some chatter about not getting emails, hoping things are text. We want to over communicate with you. And so we will be sending information via email and via text. Okay. Can we send all messaging through text? We cannot. Okay. Because there's a character limit. And so it'll be short updates will go through text. Something like a reminder for tonight or the survey, those things can go through text, but we will still be emailing you as well. So we are looking to over communicate with you and make sure that you guys are getting the information that you need. Okay. Yes.
So,
And
oh, go ahead.
no, you go ahead.
Okay. I was just going to say, essentially, you guys, our job is to make sure that we are implementing things that you guys can plug into, right? On a broader scale. will we still be available to help you guys and answer questions and whatever? Yes. But you guys, there's 2,850 consultants. Could you imagine getting 2,000? Like, y'all know when the freaking COO goes down, that sponsors get blown up. Could you guys imagine getting 2,000 text messages that people can't log into the online office at once when you yourself are trying to place a damn order? Like, it's just, I mean, it's just a lot. So we want to make sure that we can give you guys our absolute best. And part of that is obviously patience and grace. Use us where we can both be most utilized, but then also I need for y'all to know we are going to change things that don't work. Like if we try something, so as an example, this Zoom, we were like, oh snap. Okay, yep, we need to text. Or, oh shit, okay, we're not going to split lists anymore. We're not going to try to get fancy with it. We're just going to do it this way. We are learning as we go. And we very much appreciate that we are going to screw things up.
Yeah.
Like, right, CEO of shit show in the house, right? What did somebody say last night? Like it was something ADHD and it was freaking great. But we're going to make mistakes, right?
CEO of ADD.
Yeah, CEO of AD. Yeah, it was so good. It was cracked me up. But we're going to make mistakes, right? Like, so we're also going to shift things, but not in a frantic way. I think one of the things that we're really used to is like, shit, this isn't working. Boom, opposite direction. You guys might notice other regions already have big events planned and have this and have that. Nikki and I's mantra was kind of go fast to go slow, or go slow to go fast, right? I got that backwards, but y'all know what I'm talking about here, right? Like, we don't want to implement a whole bunch of fancy, shiny things that are going to fall apart in 2 weeks. We want to build long-term systems, long-term networking, long-term connections, long-term sisterhood, right? Like things where over the course of the next 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, we are really building something robust versus like this house of cards, right? Where it's like, this looks fancy and then it falls down. This looks fancy and then it falls. We want to build you guys a badass motherfucking house. Shit takes a minute. Yes or yes. Right? Any of y'all built a house? Because you think it's going to take years and it takes 10.
We want you to be able to use it 2 years from now.
Yeah.
Right? Like that's the goal, longevity, so that you can remain consistent, right? That's my consistency coming in, so that you can make decisions based on consistency instead of reacting to everything that happens and having to, oh, I got to do this, I got to do this, I got to do this, because so much is coming at you like a fire hose of new changey stuff, right?
Yeah.
We don't want that. Okay. So it's also important that you know that not only are we going to put together systems for the region, but we are also going to put together in-person networking collaboration events for you, where you're going to receive a bit of training and collaboration with other women in the business. Because Lucy said this last night. She said, you know, you give us women who want to make some money a bunch of snacks and a room, and we're going to get the information out of each other.
We're going to learn.
Yeah, we're going to learn. So we're going to give you that space and the ability to be able to do that with people in your area. We are also going to be putting together monthly Zooms for everyone, for the entire region. That is also going to include recognition. Okay.
Kind of like a meeting. We're going to have like a rally, right? Every single month, a regional rally for the whole region.
Yeah, absolutely. So those things are coming. And actually, we have a meeting tomorrow to talk about dates for some of these things that are going to be happening.
Yeah. So we're going to be doing, essentially, here's what you guys can kind of expect. And again, watch for information because we don't have dates yet for everything, right? So a monthly rally, we're also going to do something monthly for leadership, right? For that upper level, so that they have a place to connect as well. We're going to be doing some collaborative events, and then we will have kind of pop-up trainings. I told Nikki, I was like, I don't want to do like every other Tuesday is a woman to watch Wednesday. Like, I feel like you set yourself up for failure when you do that. So our very first pop-up training, it's on May 23rd. Is that correct, Nikki?
May 23rd, and it is going to be at 7 p.m. Pacific time.
Yep. And it will be a Zoom. all about
Yep.
summer success. So we're going to be rocking that out. So we will have kind of these consistent monthly Zooms, and then we will do pop-up trainings and that kind of thing. Things will also be recorded, right? Like unless it's leader-ish and I get a little bit swearier and say some shit that I probably shouldn't, it's going to be recorded. So we got you guys on that one. And again, they will be texted out. They will be shared with you. I know one of the ideas, and again, we've got to figure out the best way to do it. One of the things that was shared, I believe it was one of Vivi's things, is she's like, can we put together either like a Google Drive or even like a document? She's like, you have so many resources. And I have resources and this leader has resources. Could we put them together with links in a document and get that out to the region? And I'm like, I love it. So we will come up with ways of doing regional resource sharing. We will be doing some smaller group coaching, right? Based on your goals. So that survey that Nikki mentioned is going to ask you guys genuinely what your goals are. And we will put like-minded business women together that want to participate, right, in these things. And then we're going to facilitate those in-person meetings like Nikki talked about. So we are going to set those up in specific areas to start with, and then we will look to expand it. But poor leadership right now, right? Like they're doing a meeting and they don't even realize that there's a director that lives 3 blocks away. They're both struggling to get attendance. They have no idea that the other one exists. And so what we're working on right now is looking through leadership, figuring out who wants to participate. Most of them do. It's awesome. They're so excited. And then as an example, Gina is going to hit a magical button and a text will go out to everyone within a 150-mile radius. Hey, meeting this month at Joe's Bar, 6 p.m. We'd love to see you there, right? And then a day meeting, you know, a reminder maybe a week before, the day before. So that's the type of thing that we're going to start to build. At this moment, I do just have to say, we do not have plans for a regional Facebook group. Chris asked us not to, but we are all aware that the PR consultant group needs some assistance, right?
Yeah.
Like, so we're going to put our focus there for right now. I do believe that that is a good way to communicate, but I'm also excited to not have one because I think we've gotten so reliant on Facebook for information, and it is the fucking worst way to get information ever. Excuse my F-bomb. I'm Lucy Heinen. Nice to meet you. I sound like a sailor, but we really want you guys to be checking your emails. We want you guys to be paying attention to your text messages. And then also too, I mean, like in the chat, right? Look and scroll through the women in this really quick and see if there's somebody that you know and be buddies. Like where you, hey, did you see the email? We've got a Zoom tonight, right? I have a question really quick. I'm sorry, I'm going to get off topic. And then Nikki, I'm going to volley it back to you. But how many of you guys, I know a lot of you said you didn't get a ton of support, but with you guys, how many of you have a really good friend in this business or like an accountability buddy, somebody that is not above you directly, that is one of the main reasons you guys are successful in this business?
Tasha, Region 1
Yeah.
is testing a Facebook group. And the reason why they're testing a Facebook group, let's get real, Region 1
They're all on the same team.
Yeah, they're all on the same team. They've been going through Facebook for years. That's how they're very practiced at communicating information through Facebook. The rest of us are not. Okay. And we need to get that right first before we implement it. So something that we told you guys that would come out of us is not building a house of cards that's going to fall down. Okay. So you're not going to see me rushing to implement a Facebook group when we have no ability to moderate it right now, no ability to make sure that the information goes in there every day, when we're still figuring out how to put Outlook on our phone. Lucy. So,
listen,
you know,
it's on there. It keeps saying the administrator is denying me. Okay. I am not the admin.
Yeah. So a Facebook group at this time, it's on the table. Okay. That is one of the ideas. We're actually going to share some thoughts that we have for the region with you here in just a second. And that is one of the thoughts that we have for the region, but not right now. Okay. So know that that is coming, but when we can do it right. Okay, because I don't know about y'all, but I'm tired of things being broken
Yeah.
that I'm trying to use in my business. I'm tired of it because it's exhausting. So and no shade to corporate, because like they're trying to give us what we want, but like we know what we want and we want it right now, but also we don't know what we want. We want it yesterday, you know? So it's just a thing that we do, and this consultant wants this and this consultant wants this, and someone hates it and the other person loves it, and you can't make everybody happy. So yeah.
So here's what I'm going to say really quick, you guys. All of you need to double check your, and then Gina, I'll probably have you answer this one. Also, you guys, I know, so like as an example, this email had a weird title. It was like, let's connect, meet your regional, but like really you only saw like the let's connect part. So it didn't really seem like we're doing a fucking meeting, right? So even if it doesn't sound relevant, Chris won't let me say this is fucking important in the title. I asked. Okay. So you need to make sure that you're reading everything. So if you guys, it came from corporate. So if you guys get corporate emails, you should have received it. And I had quite a few gals that went back and they were like, oh, wait, yep, there it was. So just, we are going to work on texting more, right? Like we said, that's sort of our mission. Some gals only got the email, some, got the text. And also the reality is that not everything can say important, please read, but that's kind of how it is. So like I said, pair up, connect with one another, and we will continue to do our best to make sure that things get communicated in a way that you guys actually receive it. And then like Nikki said, Facebook is potentially on the docket, just not right in this moment. We're also going to, so in addition to like the Zooms, in addition to the collaborative events, in addition to the meetings that we're going to be set up, the group coaching that we mentioned, we're going to have the recognition. We are going to be doing incentives. And then Nikki, do you want to touch on onboarding a little bit?
Yeah. So a big topic in the company has been, what do I do with my new people? I know Stacy is onboarding them, but I have no idea how to talk to them. I have no idea what to say. I don't know what they've said already, and am I going to double say it, or am I going to tell them to do this and they've told them to do something else? And where are we in the process? And there's a lot going on. So a couple things. I did onboarding myself. Okay. So the regionals are going to be helping with onboarding all of these new ladies that are coming on. And after I went through it, I came to understand like what we should be asking as leaders. So I put together some questions that you can ask your new people, and I'm going to actually share it into the chat. And then today I made a checklist of things that leaders can do. And I can go ahead and share that in the chat as well. But the most important thing that you need to know about this is that this onboarding is mostly about teaching them, do they want a quick start pack? Do they want to upgrade? Would they like the inventory booster? They need to book a party, a bestie party. They need to have a launch party. They need to have an encore party. Okay. Post this on Facebook and here's the response. Okay. And then the last thing is she tells them to send out birthday messages. So it's all stuff that like we all did when we started. But I think it can be helpful for you guys to know like what to ask them right now, because corporate is working on an onboarding system, and it might come from what we are creating. Like we're looking at Lucy's system and we're gonna pull out all the good stuff, and or maybe just here you go, one of the two, and they might use it, they might not, but they're working on it. But for now, those questions can really help. And Stacy actually streamed the new consultant training into the Pure Romance Consultants group that we already have. So if you want to know what's going on in that training, it already exists where you can watch it. Okay. So hopefully that can help you guys for now until we have a more like stable onboarding system. But again, we are that as regionals with corporate. So it is going to be very consultant focused, leader focused, what you need to do in a checklist form.
And I'm going to tell you guys too, we will also have a large regional everyone fly in events, right? So that is also in the works. And I know that geographically we are apart, right? But here's the reality, you guys, we can't fix that. I wish, and I said this last night too, I wish I could show them the heat map. Here's the thing, you guys, if you want in-person connection, recruit your neighbor, because that's what I did. I didn't have a local team, so I built one. But also when I started 15 years ago, y'all, Facebook, we were still on MySpace, y'all, right? Like we didn't have social media to connect. My best friend lives in Iowa, right? My other business bestie is in California and in Denver, right? Like, I think that we have a tendency in this region, especially if you've been in business for a minute, to get a little bit pity party-ish that we don't have 52 women within a 30-minute radius of us. Thank God, because I want to do all the parties within a 30-minute radius of us, right? So I actually think that it's a good thing, but I do want to make sure that you guys don't get too in your head and having this pity party that you don't connect with other women online. Because the reality, even like with my team, I don't do local meetings anymore because it's easier for everyone to hop on Zoom because they didn't want to, drive 30 minutes, right? So even women that are freaking 15 minutes from me, I still communicate with them 90% of the time on social media and on the phone. Yes. I mean, am I wrong, y'all? Right? So I'm not saying that in-person connection isn't important. And like I said, we will be rolling out local meetings so that you guys can start to meet people, but you are going to have to travel a little bit if you really crave that in-person connection. Connect in the chat, look her up on Facebook afterwards and be like, oh my gosh, Caroline Krauser dash something that I can't see. You were so funny in the chat. My name is so-and-so. I don't know where you're from, but I'd love to connect with you. Or, oh my God, Ariel, you were so dedicated sitting there in your car. You're such a badass. I was sitting in my car too. We should connect. Gail, your smile is so pretty. Let's be new best friends, right? Like, you guys, you've got to put yourselves out there. And here's what I'm going to say. You ever been like, when if you've ever started at a new school, which I did a lot, you're really nervous and you don't know where to sit. Right? And the number one mistake that new kids make is they try to go sit at the freaking popular kids table, right? Now, luckily we don't have a popular kids table necessarily, but what happens? They're like, fuck you, get out of here, loser, right? And you go and you cry in the bathroom and you eat your lunch and it drops in the toilet. You think about fishing it out because you're fucking starving, but you don't. But here's the thing, y'all could have sat at the nerd table, y'all could have sat at the band table, y'all could have sat at the goth table, the stoner table, the musical theater kids, right? Like there was 57 other tables you could have sat at, right? You could have sat with Nikki, you could have sat with me. Chances are I was smoking cigarettes behind the building with my skateboard. It's fine, right? But I would have hung out with you.
I was reading a book alone.
Right? Like, so I guess the point that I'm trying to make is that just because one connection doesn't work, doesn't mean the other ones won't. So just get outside your comfort zones just a little bit and don't get in your head about how it has to be local, right? And if you do need local connection and there is legitimately not one, like you asked us, we looked on the heat map and there is not a consultant for 600 miles. Find another woman in direct sales. Because y'all both hostess coach, y'all both do virtual parties, you might both do in-home parties. Chances are you both want to be on TikTok. So just because do you see what I'm saying? Like, so stop with the bullshit. Y'all can be connected. Okay. Sorry, Nikki. I'm gonna let you roll with this. So we're gonna work on building those spaces for you guys, but you also have to step into those spaces yourself. So if you want to,
here are our thoughts about the region and what we think we can put together as of now. Okay. A regional rally for sure.
We already did all those, Boo.
No, we did. Where are we at?
We're down at the Your Voice Matters survey.
Oh yeah. Okay. This is my favorite part.
Right. I know. That's why I'm like, I'm gonna let you take the survey.
I got lost. I was in your rant.
No, you're fine. I'm sorry.
Okay. No, it's okay. So we have a survey coming your way. And again, this is really close to my heart, making sure that you guys are heard and that you know that your voice matters. So, we are going to be sending out a survey tomorrow. It will go to your email. It will also go to your text messaging. Okay. Check your spam folders. I just saw a bunch of people say, I had it. It was in my spam. It was in your spam. That's generally speaking, it's not that we're not getting emails, it's that it's in a folder that shouldn't exist somewhere on the internet, but it does. So this survey is going to come to you. And when you fill out this survey, you're going to get free product in your back office. Okay. Chris has approved us giving you free product for filling it out. The more people that fill out the survey, the more information and data we have to build the region on, okay, to build the systems that you need, to hear what it is that you might be struggling with, and to connect you with other people. So my background is I was a corporate flyaway, one of the corporate flyaway girls, and those women that were in my coaching group that were from totally different parts of the country are what helped to build my business to what it is today. And so we're looking to get a lot of different data points out of this survey, and everything that you give us is going to help us. Also, I want you in that other section, if you can, just put things that you want to be hearing about from us, okay? Because we're thinking of all the things that might need to be communicated, but the more that you share that you need, the better for us. So you will be getting free product. That's super exciting. And we appreciate you being patient with us. I just wanted to say that, like, the patience that you guys have given us so far to be able to get as far as we have has been incredible. And just know that it might take us a little while to get exactly what you need, but our focus is to make sure that you have what you need to make money in your business, to make more money than you're making right now, to make epic amounts of money, as much as you want, right?
Yes.
Yes, because we're all here to make.
Woohoo!
Right. Oh, do I get to talk about making money now?
We get to talk about making money. So, what can we do moving forward? We can
Book a fucking party.
book a party. Okay. We can share your website. All right. You can build a funnel of people to talk to about the business. You can stay excited or get excited if you're not excited. Right. And Lucy is going to show us the money when it comes to adding people on your team, because this part of the pay plan has people a little like rocked, right? They don't understand it, or if they understand it, they haven't really moved into action yet. So she created something that's super cool, and it like makes me want to rub things on my body because it shows you exactly how much money you could be making with each person. So I'm going to let her take that away so she can show you this amazing tool.
Thank you. And then I do want to talk a little bit too about making money at your parties as well, just because I know some of you might be newer in the business. So this sheet, and I will share it in the chat so you guys will get access to this. Okay. Is first of all, it is something I made. So if the numbers are wrong, this is not a guarantee of a check, right, from corporate or how much money you guys are going to make. You know, we have expenses and all of the other things that come with having a business. So it's just a play sheet. But here's an example. Let's say your actually, we're going to leave it right where it's at. Let's say your monthly sales goal is $1,000 a month, and you are at let's say 35% buying discount. You are going to roughly, right, be at $350 in profit, and then you have a $20
Lucy,
cash. Yes.
we can't see your screen.
Oh, thank you. Okay. Let's see. Stop share. Oh, your screen share is loading. Well, that's not helpful at all. Please hold.
Stupid screen share.
God. Okay. Well, and it won't let me hit stop share. It's just there. Are we? Oh, no. Okay.
Yay,
Stop.
now I
All
see
right.
you.
Okay. Screen share again.
Yay, we can see it now.
Can we see it now? Okay, perfect. Sorry, guys. Okay, so what you do is you plug in the purple boxes. So plug in $1,000 into this box and change the buying discount to be your buying discount. And then it's going to pop up in green over here with your profit from your sales. Then it's going to show you guys your cash bonus or your free product. So you get to pick one or the other. So let's say you're like, you know what? I want to sell $3,950. Boom. It's going to show you guys that your cash bonus now is $98.75. Your profit is $1,382 or your $300 in free product. Maybe you're at a higher buying discount. You guys can change that. Like, this is the other thing that I love about this. Let's say you type in $3,000 and you are at a 35% buying discount. You're making $1,000. Bust your booty, you guys, to get to $10,000 in sales so that you can get to that 50% buying discount, because look at how much more money you make, friend. Right? Like on the same amount of work, $1,500 versus pretty much $1,000, $500 more, same amount of work, right? Plus we have all the online office sales, so you guys can plug in and go crazy. So I had like a $42,000 sales month a couple months back. And I just want you guys to see, like, boom. So if you guys are setting goals and you're having fun and you're planning, I just think it's really neat to be able to kind of see. Then if you scroll down, I'm going to set all this to 0 really quick. It'll show you, let me change this to $3,000 again, just so that keep shit real, right? Sales profit, your cash bonus, which means your total monthly income. If you take the cash bonus is this much, your total income, if you take the free product, assuming you sell all of it at full price, right? So it just lets you play a little bit. Now, if you guys start recruiting, let's say you do have a new recruit and she bought the Pro Pack. That means that she already hit her $500. So you're going to put a 1 right there and boom, you just got your $100 bonus. So did you guys see how that lit up? That you got your $100? Okay. So I just think it's kind of neat. And then I do know that recruiting has been one of those things that people are like, I don't see the money, right? Like I just don't see the money. So down here on the bottom, there's different tabs. This is annual income from your recruiting. So I'm going to start this out. Let's say that you guys recruit 10 women that sell their $500. Okay. And out of those 10, let's say 6 of them hit their $1,000 milestone, which by the way, you guys, if they do a Pro Pack in the IAP or the inventory booster, it's already done, right? So that's pretty freaking cool. Then let's say out of those 6, maybe 3 hit $5,000 and 2 hit 10,000. And you have this one badass rock star that hits 36,000. That's $10,000 a year, loves. That's just under, right, $1,000 a month when you average it out over the whole year. Now, what I love about this, some of you are going to be really good potentially at recruiting a shit ton of people. So when I talked to Carissa, Miss TikTok Queen, she was like, I'm gonna recruit 300 women a year. And out of those 300, maybe 100 will, or 150 will do 1,000, and then maybe 50 will do 5,000, and then maybe 20 will do 10,000, and maybe 1 will do 36, right? That's an example of quantity over quality, right? 300 women and only 1 getting to 36,000, I think is pretty achievable. $123,000 a year. That is more money than on like a $4 million team. Okay. So when women are like, there's no money on the table, I'm like, sure there is. Now, if you're more like me, I might try to recruit 18 women in a year that sell $500. And out of those 18, because I'm pretty good at helping women be successful when that's my focus, right? And you guys can bet your butt with this comp plan, I'm going to focus on helping those new girls be successful. So let's say 16 sell 1,000 and 14 sell 5, and I'm going to say maybe 10 or 12, 11, I don't know, 11 hit 10,000. And then I am going to go after 3 hitting 36. That's $40,000 a year. Newsflash, that's the same as having $1 million team. I'm going to let that sink in for a second. If you guys recruit and you give a shit and you help these women be successful in their businesses, right? Even you guys selling $10,000 in your first 8 months is doable. It's 12 parties, right? Or maybe it's 15 parties, but okay, fine, it's 15 parties. This is super achievable for all of you guys. So I just wanted you to have a slightly fresher perspective on how much money is actually on the table, whether you're recruiting, whether you're doing sales, whether you're being super smart and you're doing a combination of all of it. And you can go the quality route or you can go the quantity route. Still a shit ton of money, right, on the table for you guys. And again, where your focus goes, right, or where your energy goes, your focus flows, or whatever it is, if your focus, and I know for a lot of us, our focus was not necessarily onboarding, it was building a team. Now your focus is that girl, helping her get to $36,000 a year, or helping her get to $10,000 a year. It is doable when it's your intention. So I feel like that's really, really important for you guys to understand. Okay. All right. So that's just a little bit of the money piece, more training, more information on the comp plan, right? We'll continue to come out. We're going to make sure that we share all of the things with you guys. But I wanted you guys to kind of see how many parties Nikki, should I do the parties and the orders one real quick? I didn't do that one. What time is it?
Yeah, do it.
Okay.
Do it. Yeah. Let's
All
talk
right.
about parties.
I
I mean,
forgot.
I don't know about you, but I am really freaking stoked about the amount of money that we are making on selling freaking products, man.
Okay.
Because selling products has always been the base of my business.
Okay.
Always.
So here's what I need you guys to know. And if you don't know, make a guess, because I know some of y'all might be new. So in this one, same thing, you're still, this is another bottom tab, same sheet, right? I want you guys to enter your per person order average at your parties. Okay, you guys get this. Let's say you just did a party of 6 people. You add all of that retail together and you divide it by 6 because there was 6 women there. So let's say your average order is 80 women. And on average, you have 6 women at your parties. Then you have a $480 rough party average. Let's say you guys are at a 40% buying discount. Your profit per party is around $92. And let's say you have a goal of doing 6 parties a month. That means your profit would be roughly $1,100. So then your annual income is $13,824. I feel like that's pretty good, right? Now, let's say you're like, oh, Lucy, I've been doing your VIP shit. My average order is $150. Cool. That is now a $900 party average. $360 per party, monthly income of $2,000, which annually is just shy of $26,000. 6 parties a month, friends. This is where Nikki's superpower of consistency really comes in. You are better off to do the same number of parties every single month than up, down, up, down, up, down. Now, here's what I love. Here's where I love to, I get lady boners and I get excited about all the spreadsheets, right? Like, here's what I love. Let's say that you've been trying really hard, but you just can't quite get your average maybe above that 150 mark. I want you to shift your focus in your hostess coaching to getting 1 more woman at every single one of your parties, because I want you guys to see what a difference that makes over the course of a year. So we're going to change the average number of guests or orders, right, to 7. That added $5,000 a year. 1 more person per party added $5,000 per year. And then if we add $25 to our average plus that 1 more person, we are at $35,000. We just increased that $25 per person and 1 more person per party. And we just increased our income by 10 grand a year. Yes, please. Right? Now, some of you guys might be virtual sellers, right? And I get it. Totally okay with that. We have another sheet for your outside orders. So let's say your outside order average is 50 and you want to do 1 order a day, right? So that's 30 orders. And same thing, we're at that 40% buying discount, monthly income of $600, annual income of $7,000. I ain't mad about that, right? $150 order a day, put 7 grand in your pocket a year. Cool. Then if we go over here, if you guys do both, so you do your parties and you do an order a day at $50, your annual income is now $42,000 a year, right? Minus expenses, right? All of the things. But isn't this, I love this because I don't love math. But if I can dream like, all right, so let's get our average order up to $100. We want to do $100 basically a day. I'm at 50 grand now. And that's before I did this $40,000. You guys could be on 100 grand a year, doing 6 parties a month, getting an order a day, and recruiting 18 women to your team. Like, that is mind blowing to me. The amount of potential for money on this comp plan, just so I'm going to shut up about the money because I know we need to let you guys go. We want to give you guys some space for Q&A. We already told you guys, mark your calendars for May 23rd. We're going to do that training. And then, like I said, you guys, please hold on the meetings. That's kind of our next big piece. We will get those. I saw some of you guys, you're like, wait, where's this person? Please do not chase leaders down. I saw Newberry, who is so sweet, volunteered her meeting information, but please don't chase leaders down yet. We want to get them together. We want to get them the support that they need so that they can run meetings for you guys on a consistent basis. So we got you guys on that one. Connect with one another. Don't necessarily bombard everybody. Okay,
Right.
so
Absolutely. So we told you about the next Zoom training, but I am going to give you a little tidbit. I will be doing a TikTok / Reels challenge in
yes.
June for the entire company. So we are going to start from how to create a reel or how to create a TikTok, how to edit, how to put words on the screen, give you those how-tos. We're also going to be giving you the content and creative ideas for how to show products. Okay. So that is coming in June, and it is to build consistency. And it's not doing 6 videos a day, which is what everybody keeps hearing. It is meant to build your business and keep you in front of your customers. So be on the lookout for communication about that as well. So Stacy, how do you find out what region you're in? So if you look in your consultant handbook, then whichever states you're in, but most likely if you're on this, you're probably in our region because you've got the text message or the email. So region 4, okay?
I'm just going to say, you guys, the only time that you're ever going to get communication from another region, and you are welcome again to attend, is let's say that region, whatever region is right next to like North Dakota, right? Like, let's say you guys are in a border state and you live like right there, and there just so happens to be a meeting 50 miles across region. That is the only time you guys are going to hear from other regions, and you're more than welcome to go there. But each regional is kind of sticking to their regional thing, right? So I believe she said she was in Utah, in Ridgefield, Utah. So, but it could have been somebody else. So you are in our region, friend.
Absolutely. So what we want to do now is we want to open up for questions about anything we've talked about tonight. Like we can't help with technology stuff.
Yeah.
But if you have questions about the region, about training, anything like that, go ahead and raise your hand. You can also ask in the chat.
And for suggestions, because we're super duper excited to hear from all of you guys, but because we're in Zoom mode right now, we're just going to ask that for suggestions, put it in your survey so that we can actually give it the attention that it deserves, right? Because if you say it now, I'm going to be like, what a great idea. And then I'm going to hop off the Zoom and my dog is going to lick my face and I'm going to eat dinner and we're going to, right? Like, yes, girl, there will totally be trainings on consistency. And if you put that in your survey, we will make sure that that happens. So
yeah, I'm a consistency machine, and I'm going to tell you guys, I had a meeting at my flyaway with Chris, and he gave everyone else there, he gave them all this stuff that they could work on. And he was looking through my paperwork and he goes, "You're so damn consistent. I can't find anything." Because I teach consistency as well. Like, absolutely. We're going to talk about it. Stacy, I would love to hear your question.
Yeah, being out here in, in a rural area,
Yeah,
I'm out in the desert of Utah and
yep,
surrounded by mountains. Everything's 3 hours away.
yep,
I noticed there's consultants on here. One said Vernal, Utah. Another one said Ogden, Utah, St.
yep,
George. They're all like hours from me, so
yeah.
that's a long drive. But if they can reach out and connect with me, I'm easy to find. Stacy Lunsford out on
Yeah.
Facebook. Stacy's VIP Love Lounge.
Well, and
Uh,
here's the thing, you guys, like I said, we're gonna, because you're actually not alone. You are not the only person that is 3 hours away from somebody else. There is a lot of you that are out in your areas by yourselves. The thing with
but
our region, oh, go ahead.
I gotta say, this is the first time. Yeah, I mean, this is amazing. It's totally to be honest with you. I've been doing this for since COVID
Yeah,
on my own, by myself.
yeah,
My
good for
sponsor up and
you.
quit,
Yeah,
and
good for you.
every time I try to reach out to somebody, in the Facebook groups to ask questions,
Yeah.
to get help, well, look at your training manual. Well, you know what? That training manual is the worst thing to ever come up with. It is
Agree.
confusing. I'm telling you, it is confusing. And to find and search for an answer,
Sure.
you're wasting time. And if I like the idea to give me a 30-minute consultation,
Yeah,
one on one, to
yeah,
answer a question, or give me some guidance,
yeah,
and I think we all like that idea, and uh,
absolutely. Absolutely. And so that's, and I'm
it's frustrating.
sure. Yeah, no, like I said, a lot of us are in exactly that same boat. So we are going to make sure that we do everything in our power to connect you guys. Like I said, maybe just give us a minute.
Yeah.
One of the things, I'm just going to say it out loud, and Nikki might be like, oh my God, Lucy, shut up. I actually think it would be really cool if we came up with a directory of consultants that were willing, that voluntarily share their information. So maybe in the survey, Nikki, we can add a question. Would you want to be publicly included in a directory of consultants? It would be city, state, and link to their Facebook.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
So writing that down now. So I just want to say, Stacy, that what you're saying and how things can be frustrating being alone and doing things, figuring out, trying to get answers. That's valid, right? Your
yeah,
feelings are valid. So I'm just going to tell you that straight up. They're valid. I am going to say, however, that I want you to know there will still be some of that,
yeah.
because
You're still gonna have to try.
if we have an easy hey, here is a resource for you that is like easy to find, then I am going to send you there. But I
Well,
just had a conversation with Amy about nested information, which is what you're talking about. Like you have to
Yes.
click this to go here, to go here, to go here. And
Yes. It's
that is something
ridiculous.
we will not be doing.
you know,
So
after struggling with all this, I've got my first party. I'm just going to
Awesome.
wing it. I'm,
Yeah.
my first in-house party. The host couldn't do it at her home, so she asked if we can do it at my home. So right now we have 10
Nice.
uh, VIP, uh, RSVP, whatever you want to call that. They,
yeah,
so I I heard that it's okay to use the book if I need it to have it set out
Absolutely.
to, and follow, right?
yeah.
Uh,
I use note
I'm
cards still.
scared to I'm scared that I'm gonna screw it up. But
Oh, doesn't
this
matter.
I want to teach.
Screw it up.
I need to empower these women. And
Yeah.
I I screw
Yeah,
things up
go in there and screw it up as much as possible,
every
and
day.
tell them that you will give them a prize if they catch your screw up,
Yep.
because it becomes a game. Yeah. So
really,
see,
oh, that's
yep,
interesting because I've got 6 gifts already. I'm not
yep,
Yeah.
sure how I'm going to do this, but like I'm going to wing it.
Perfect.
So
yep.
And
Do it.
I'm.
uh, and Yvonne said it. Type in Lucy Heinen on YouTube. My party's up there. I don't know if Nikki has a party up there, but type in our names into YouTube and you will find our parties. And then
For
I
sure.
did see we had another question in the chat. Um,
Absolutely.
about Pure Shop. You guys, they are building out Pure Shop trainings right now. So sort of like onboarding and Pure Shop. I don't want to address a ton of questions on because they are currently on it. They are currently getting that information out. So keep watching for that. I love that everyone is sharing in the chat that they screw up too. Also, you guys recruit easier when you're a screw up. If you're perfect, ain't nobody think they can do what you do, right?
I had to put mistakes in my freaking show because I was one of those like scripted people. So
Yep.
absolutely. The more you
Margaret,
script, the better.
why don't you go ahead, babe?
Yeah, Margaret.
Lucy, you said after you were talking about the Facebook group that you're not there right now.
Yep.
You said double check and then stopped and went into something else. You squirreled. So I was like, double check what?
Oh, I
What
don't
are we
know.
double checking?
Nothing. I probably just misspoke. And then, so with the Facebook,
Yeah,
I don't know if I
like
meant,
you.
I don't know if I meant to say like, you know, maybe check back or maybe we'll double back. Maybe that's what I was trying to say is that we are like, Facebook is not, a group is not off of our radar completely. It's just not on the radar right now. So if you guys, if we ever do create one, trust me, you're going to fucking know about it. It wouldn't just be one email. All right. Like y'all are good.
Come join the party.
Mm-hmm.
Who else has questions? Because I'm seeing suggestions and I'm loving those. Anybody else have any questions? I want to make sure we're super respectful of your time. This has already gone a little bit later than we meant it to. So I want to make sure that you guys get your questions answered. But also that you guys, who's excited? Are you guys fucking excited? I'm excited.
I am freaking stoked to work with you guys. It
They're
is
like-
going to be so much fun.
They're like, I'm excited and so tired, right? So any other questions? Last call, and then we're gonna let you guys go.
There could be Pure Shop set up. I know that everyone says God, Pure Shop with Cap CK. Yeah. So again, Pure Shop is not us. Like
Yep.
I wanna tell you, I'm not a Pure Shop trainer. Like that's
I don't know
that's
how
not
to
gonna
work
be.
it.
That's not us. That's technology, right? That's like over there.
Thank you,
okay?
Sasha. And then Sasha just shared
But
the
we
Pure Shop
appreciate your
training
question.
Yeah. And Sasha just shared the Pure Shop training calendar in the chat. So you guys, they do have Pure Shop trainings running. And I do know it's in, again, some of the corporate emails. Keep watching for more because like the onboarding, they're working on building that out, right? And here's the thing. I just did a party. I shouldn't say this. I just did a party and I use another system on my iPad while I transition over and it was dead and I didn't have backup order forms. You guys, I literally wrote their orders on my arm because the hostess had no paper in her house and no pens and all I had was a Sharpie. So I was literally like, Jessica. So they had their pens, but they wouldn't write on my skin. And my Connect card has no space. So I wrote it on my arm and then I was worried it was going to get blurry. So I made the hostess take a picture of my arm to take their orders. And then I went home and I plugged my shit in and I got their receipts out and it's all fine. But again, like you guys don't let shit overshadow doing a party and making
if you
some money.
have not done a party and like you didn't have all your stuff that you were supposed to have, like your order forms or your thing or even your demo. I have forgot my demo before. Okay. Like you've not done enough parties.
Yep. And that's not, I think that that's the thing that we all think is going to make us successful. And I'm just going to real talk. It's not. Is it awesome to be able to track your inventory and do all the cool things? Yeah. Will it potentially increase your sales? Absolutely. But if you are not booking parties, you don't have anywhere to go to get an order anyway. If you're not meeting women and connecting, you don't have anybody to sell to anyway, right? So don't spend so much time setting up Pure Shop that you don't actually have any customers to buy the shit you set Pure Shop up for. So
Mindy, what's your question?
So I left because I was like, oh, okay, you know, I'm done, and was playing around with the spreadsheet, and then I got a question about the spreadsheet.
hit me.
So I'm on the spreadsheet and I'm on that like goal setting play sheet.
Yep.
And the third box, the third, like, or better yet, do both parties and outside orders. The numbers don't match up. And so I'm wondering if it's after expenses.
Okay, tell me again where we're talking about.
Where it says, or better yet, do both parties and outside orders.
Or better yet, okay.
In the goal setting play sheet, the
Okay,
third
yep,
the third set
one.
over.
Which one is not adding up though?
So if you look at the total income on your sales annually is 30,000. But if you
Okay.
go back to
Oh, I see
just
that.
profit from parties, it's 31.5.
Okay, I'll fix it.
So it's,
Yep. I'll
yeah,
fix it,
because
no
it's
problem.
like
Got
profit
it.
from parties.
Yep, no, I see it. I'll fix it.
You see all that? Okay.
Yep,
All
I'll fix it,
right.
guys.
All right, cool. I was
See?
like, am I
Fuck up
seeing
all the
this
time.
wrong?
Nope, you're good. I'll fix it.
It's just a
Awesome,
formula,
awesome.
probably.
Thank you. And I love it, by the way. Thank you so
Awesome,
much.
Good.
Very cool.
Any other questions, y'all? Or Nikki, are we good?
It looks like we're good.
Okay.
Someone forgot their pants. I just had to say that. I forgot they didn't put their party pants on. So
I love it.
but yeah, so that's it tonight, guys. We did record this and we are going to send it out. So yeah. So if you're wondering like how to post it to your teams, I saw some of those questions. We're going to be sending out to everyone in the region.
The whole region is gonna get this, you
Whole
guys.
region. Yep.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. Thank you guys all so much for joining us. We are so excited. We appreciate all of you guys, and we can't wait to build this region with y'all.
Yeah.
Mwah.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.